Oi, oi! Day 3 of the Galway Festival. One of the better races of the week is run today, the Galway Plate. Just to quickly review on yesterday, I think the ground being good probably was the main reason why Jon Snow wasn't able to get that close. I mean, I think he ran okay, but it's a run in the belt anyway, isn't it, for Willie Mullins' charge? Probably little excuses, but I did touch on the ground thing before. I think he does need some ease. And then in the opener, obviously got it wrong. I talked about Flaming Moon. I didn't talk about him as a bet, but went and won. He was 30s on the machine when I mentioned him. So why I didn't have a couple of quid saved, I don't know. But it was a loss for day 2. Day 3, I've got 3 races that I'm going to talk about. So let's crack on with those. First race to talk about is the 540. It is a stay-in handicap hurdle. It's over 2 miles 6. It's a race where I think Sutton are probably going to have a very good chance in it. Rock Road is one that I put up for Punchestown, ran well at a bit of a price, just didn't quite get there. Mark still looks okay given what he can do over fences, but I do wonder whether fences are the real key to him and whether he's just sort of there or thereabouts type horse. That said, I do think he has got work room in his mark. I do think he's got a good chance, so I'm going to hit Rock Road just in the place market. Lots of runners in this field will get 5 places, so I'm going to back him just to place. We'll just stick with that. The other runner I'm interested in is a filly called Faye. She ran in the Boodles. I think this horse has got some ability, you know. Will be interesting to see what sort of price she goes off at. She's about 33 to 1 point now. Whether they nibble her or not, I don't really know. But she just looks like the type of filly that is unexposed. Obviously, a 4-year-old now going 5, loses some of the allowances, but I do think that she could have much more wiggle room and much more improvement in her than a lot of other horses in this race, especially at this trip. She ran okay at Killarney. Don't think she was given a hard time of it there. Maybe has had issues, I don't know, but the fact that they're turning her out for the summer to get her a run, I don't think they're just doing it just to find out what she can do. I feel like she must have had some sort of issue over the spring, and I feel like that must have been ironed out. That's probably clutching at straws, but she's a 33 to 1 point, so I think she's worth a tentative each way play. I know I talk about some bigger priced horses where I only really want to back in the place market. She's one that I would want to bet on the win as well, because if she has had an issue and she is much better than her mark, she could well go and win this. She could well flop, but we'll have a little bit of a play. Whether I play it as a win bet and then back to lay and run in, or whether I just do the place money for a bit more, I don't really know yet. But either way, I'm going to back her each way. There'll be extended places out there with the bookies. So it's going to be Faye, and then I'll have some place bet on Rock Road. So the second race of interest is the 610. It's the Mares Handicap Hurdle. Yep, you heard it right. It's a Mares Handicap Hurdle I'm about to put a selection up in. Purple Mountain for Sutton. I feel like is a sort of worthy favourite just because of the fact that she's very unexposed, probably could be better than her mark, but you're taking a bit of faith in there and you're just trusting that she is just one of those mares that's going to turn out to be much, much better than a 120s mare, but can you really, really trust it after that last handicap run? I don't know, skinny enough, but like I say, probably a justifiable sort of price on balance. Luna Display's the one that I'm interested in though, Joseph O'Brien. I talked about this mare for Cheltenham. She didn't go and run there. She was sort of plucked out a little bit when I was just trying to look to find one in the particular race at Cheltenham, but she does carry top weight here. I do think she's better than her mark. There is some substance back in her form. She goes on any types of ground, so while she's probably not going to be the most unexposed mare in the race, and she possibly might not be the winner of the race, she's a 33s plate, probably 40s plus on the exchange. I guess we'll get 5 places on the place terms. I can see her running really well. So she's going to be one that I'm going to back as a back to lay. So I'll back her on the exchanges with a view of laying her. I'll probably back her and then lay her at 10 points shorter just because you get a free roll at 10s then. Take that little bit of a punt. And then I'm probably going to look at backing her in the place markets as well. She'll be a big enough price in all of them. 3 places, 2 places, 4 places, 5 places. So whether I spread across the lot or just pick for the bigger place, I don't know. But I'm going to have a little crack on Luna Display. Bit punty, but I just think she'll have more behind than she'll have in front. So I think she might have a chance. Final selections come in the feature race of the day, the Galway Plate. Looks a really good renewal, looks really competitive. So there's plenty of horses with chances, I think, in here. I'm only going to touch on 2. I'm going to talk about Gabanako, who ran really well in the Arkle after being supplemented. I thought that was a strange move to run at 2 miles. This is much more his trip. 150 rated, second in the weight, so that's going to be a very tough task to overcome, especially in his first run in open company. That's enough to put enough of a doubt on me. He's about an 8 to 1 poke. I'd probably have him twice the price, and if he was twice the price, I'd probably fancy him a little bit for some each way money. Probably is held for win purposes, so might be one that I'd want to black just in the place markets, but I feel like this horse has got a bit of a future over these sort of trips. in handicap company off the mark of 150. So Gabaneko worth a mention. And then the second one is a bit of a punty one, but it's Battle Over Doyen. He's about 40s, maybe 50s, and he might even get much bigger on the machine. He is quite an in and out horse. He has run well at Galway before. I think he may have even won it. If not, I know he's run well here. Like I say, form is a little bit patchy, but he is a classy horse. Obviously has issues, obviously not straightforward, but at those sorts of prices, I think he's worth a couple of quid punt. So they'll be the two that I'm going to be playing. As I say, Gabaneko, I do think maybe one to keep an eye on for the season. I wouldn't want to miss him going and running well here, which is why I'm mentioning it now. But yeah, 8-1 does probably look skinny enough. Whereas Battle Over Doyen will have a little couple of quid each way on there. Good luck with anything that you're backing in the races. And let me know in the comments below what you fancy. As always, please do like the video. Make sure you're subscribed. And I appreciate the support.